So today we're going to talk about all the money lessons that, for some reason, school just skipped. And these aren't just little tips and tricks. This is the stuff that really separates just earning a paycheck from actually building a life that you control.
And that brings us to this big, kind of crazy question, right? Just think about it for a second. You probably spent years learning algebra, history, science, but was there ever a class called What to Do with Your First Paycheck? It points to this huge gap in our education. We're taught how to get the job, but we're left totally on our own to figure out what to do with the money. And let's be really clear about this. This isn't some nice-to-have hobby. Understanding money is just as critical as knowing how to read. Seriously, it's what stands between financial peace and just constant stress. It really is a survival skill.
Okay, so let's think about this like it's a game. A game with a very clear rulebook that, for whatever reason, our schools just never handed out. And mastering these rules, that's how you win.
Here's the real difference. A career? That gives you an income, but financial education? That gives you control. It's like the difference between knowing how to solve an equation in a textbook and knowing how to solve the real-life problem of making your money last and, more importantly, grow. That's the independence we're talking about. Now, before we even touch a single number, a budget, or an investment, we have to start right here, in your head. Because your mindset, what you believe about money, that's your most important asset. It sets the stage for everything else. And that mindset leads to this really important distinction. See, being rich is about having money right now. It's often loud, it's flashy, it's the fancy car. But being wealthy, that's different. It's quiet. It means your money is out there working for you, building a secure future. The goal isn't just to look rich, it's to build real, lasting wealth.
All right, so once you've got that wealthy mindset locked in, it's time to open up your first financial toolkit. These are the fundamental tools that give you immediate control over your financial life.
And one of the simplest, most powerful tools in that kit is the 50-30-20 rule. Just think of it like a simple map for your money. 50% of your income goes to your absolute needs, rent, food, you know the drill. 30% is for your wants, the fun stuff. And then a non-negotiable 20% goes straight into savings and investments. The point isn't to restrict yourself, it's to tell your money exactly where to go. And making that budget is actually pretty straightforward. Step 1, know exactly how much is coming in. Step 2, track where it's all going out, starting with your needs. Then you can divvy up the rest. But you know what the most important part is? Step 4. A budget isn't something you set and forget. You have to look at it, tweak it, and adjust it as your life changes. It's a living document. Okay, so once you start saving consistently, you unlock what is basically a financial superpower. It's called compound interest. All it means is that your money starts making its own money, and then that money starts making money. It's this incredible snowball effect that can turn small, regular savings into a pretty significant chunk of wealth over time. And this is exactly why that superpower is so amazing, especially when you're young. Just look at this chart. The person who started saving at 18 ends up with way, way more than the person who started just a few years later, even though they saved the exact same amount every month. It's the ultimate proof that your greatest financial asset isn't timing the market, it's time in the market. Okay, but it's not all smooth sailing, right? Every journey has its dragons, and the path to financial health is full of them. Let's talk about the hidden traps. These are the common mistakes that can totally knock you off course if you're not paying attention.
First off, you've got to know that not all debt is the same. There's good debt and there's bad debt. Good debt is an investment in your future, like a student loan that helps you earn more. But bad debt? That's for stuff that loses value. It's funding today's lifestyle by stealing from tomorrow's. You should always ask yourself, is this debt building my future or am I just borrowing from it?
So how do you avoid those traps, especially that impulse to just buy something you see? Try this ridiculously simple but effective trick, the 24-hour rule. Before you buy anything that's not an essential, just wait 24 hours. Seriously, you'll be amazed how often the urge just disappears. And boom, you just made a payment to your future self instead.
So let's pull all these threads together and talk about the final destination, the whole point of all this, financial freedom. This is the why. It's the reason you budget, you save, and you invest. It's the goal. But what is financial freedom, really? It's not about being super rich and never working again. No, it's about having options. It's the freedom to choose a job you love over one you just need to pay the bills. It's being able to handle a surprise emergency without panicking. It's about having control, having choices, and having peace of mind. So here they are, the building blocks. It's a cycle, really. You earn strategically.
You budget diligently so you know where every dollar goes. You save consistently, making it a habit you never break. You invest wisely for the long haul. And you spend smartly on things that truly matter. Each one of these supports the others, building this incredibly strong foundation for your life.
And we'll end on this thought. Every big financial success story you've ever heard was built on a pile of small, smart choices made day after day. It's not about one big break. It's about the discipline you start building right now. So after all this, the question is simple. What's the first small choice you're going to make today?